Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to talk the goings on in the Big Brother house on the feeds as well as the show that aired on Sunday night. The funny thing is, I don't know why they're allowing the feeds to keep running to be up while the actual primetime show is airing, because it's like yesterday the juiciness was going on the feeds. Like, I mean, I guess it happened after, but it was like the feeds were up during primetime hours. I'm Central Standard Time, and they were on. But the real thing that happened last night was Azah and Tiffany had to come to Jesus with Xavier using his lawyer mediation skills to facilitate it. And basically, it's just like over and over again, they have to like explain to Azah how the game is played. She's not hearing it. She's so protective over Brittany. And it's like, dude, Brittany is not going to protect you ever. Brittany is here to play, and like her or hate her or love her, which I don't like or hate her. I don't like her at all. Yeah, I don't hate her. I just don't like her. But Azah is playing this mammy protective role over this grown ass woman. And she is crying. She is still crying about the fact that Kylan kept choosing her in the HOH. And after seeing the actual HOH, I mean, I can see how that happens. But like what I can also see from the HOH is like, Tiffany, you choked. But Kylan was trying to win that HOH so he could protect his little sweet Sour Patch Kid, Sarah Beth, and himself. And so Azah and Tiffany have their session, and I came in the middle of it. I didn't even watch the end of it, because after a certain point you're all saying the exact same thing over and over. Tiffany says she owns her piece in it. Azah says, they start pointing out, dates or times that things where their relationship went to pieces, where Azah didn't trust Tiffany. And one of those times is when Tiffany mentioned a conversation to Azah, that Azah said she told Tiffany in confidence about Hannah. But basically, Tiffany said, I didn't know you wanted that conversation was in confidence, and I don't gossip. But she said, but I probably wouldn't have told her had I known that it was in confidence. So really you're saying I would have told her. So basically, Azah told Tiffany that she didn't trust Hannah. And Tiffany relayed that back to Hannah, basically, according to Tiffany, basically to say, hey, you need to go, like, patch things out and smooth things out with Azah, because she doesn't trust you, and we're, part of the six or whatever. But Tiffany, like, I hate when people say, I don't gossip. Like, I especially hate when men say they don't gossip, and then they come to you with gossip. Listen, it's human nature to, like, share a story. And people who don't gossip, I side-eye you, like, come on, like, you have no comments about anything, about anybody, whatever, that's a whole nother story. So Xavier did a very good job of mediating the two, and it was just back and forth. And so I guess at the end they hugged it out. Okay, so fast forward throughout the day, like, let's just fast forward to actually first thing in the morning, because this is where I really want to talk about. Sarah Beth and Kylan were up at the crack of dawn, still discussing game and laying in the hammock together. And if these two don't stop denying that they're in the showmance, I mean, they may not have done the deed, but they have definitely, as people would say, an emotional affair going on. I hate that whole thing, but it is an emotional connection that they have, because even Big D said to Kylan, like, what are you seeing her? You can't see straight through her? Like, her antics, and Kylan said he liked it. I like it. She's sweet. She's like a Sour Patch Kid, That's demented if you like Sour Patch Kids. Like, Sour Patch Kids are like, they're sour on the outside. She's not really sweet on the inside. So in this conversation, Sarah Beth starts talking about she don't really like Baby D. She don't trust, and Kylan's like, why don't you like Baby D? He's funny and, he's nice, super nice. Yeah, I don't think he's really overall that nice. Sarah Beth has some real issues, and there's a lawnmower going on outside, so forgive me. But Sarah Beth, she's a sociopath. And she says, like, I'm super jealous of Alyssa. And Kyle's like, why? She's super gorgeous. He's like, you're super gorgeous too. I mean, I'm cute, but not like that. Listen, everybody has an opinion about who's, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but let's just be honest. In the world that we live in and how people present to the world and the beauty standards of the world, Sarah Beth is not on the level of Alyssa. Now, mind you, I don't think Alyssa is that beautiful like everybody contends. Like, she actually looks very mean and angry at certain angles. She's pretty, I guess, and that stringy hair, as I should talk right now. Whatever. She's just another Puerto Rican girl to me. Like, it's nothing exceptional about Alyssa. But Sarah Beth, you are definitely plain Jane. But the fact that she is open and expressing that, and the fact that Kylan is entertaining it as if, because to me, that would typically turn off a man, for a woman to express her insecurities like that. But it's like her whole being is based on likes and dislikes. And I know she mentioned that when she only got $50 that, I understand my place in the world. I'm not the one who's always liked. Yeah, but you play a role in that. You make yourself unlikable, Sarah Beth. Like, just your whole being. And I understand that because, I realize everybody's not going to like me. Straight up. Everybody's not going to like me. So, and the fact that she's that self-aware and she gets that, that's a step in the right direction to, you can change that energy, but we're not doing this whole metaphysical conversation or law of attraction conversation, because to be honest, I could care less about Sarah Beth. I think she's using that whiny little wispy voice. I'm trying to act like I'm nice, but I'm really the mean girl in the office who will backstab you and then come smile and say, hey girl, what are you doing this weekend? So I don't trust her. And Kylan has targeted himself, I believe, because now everybody sees him as he threw the veto competition to Alyssa. That's what everybody's saying. I didn't see it for myself. And he's really like making it hard for other cookout members to want to keep him in the house. And to be honest, I don't think all 6 will be the last 6 in the house. I actually think Big D needs to go and Azah needs to go. Because I am not a believer that I'm going to take the weakest player to the final 2. So you're going to give the weakest player in the house $50,000. Although, let me just say this. He's been setting them up according to him. He has been making moves according to him. He has a great social game according to him. Which is just the delusion of Big D. He should be called Big Delusional. Because it's like, dude, what have you done besides lay on that sofa? That blue sofa. So, that's about it. Like, it was really lit in the house last night during primetime hours, and I'm upset that I didn't really get to watch it all because I was watching my other shows that come on Sunday nights. And so drop into the comments and tell me what you think. Do you believe that, who do you believe, wait, first of all, we didn't even discuss this. Is Kylan going to put up Brittany today? I hope so, and I'm waiting for it. Are you ready for Brittany to leave, or do you think the house will flip? Because that's the talk. That Claire wants to flip those votes. But it's like, you can't, Claire. You don't really have that much pull. You don't know about the cookout. You have a suspicion of a cookout, but you haven't outwardly come out and said it. Because if you were really smart, you would blow that whole thing up. Like, hey, just drop some hints. But then again, that will lead you out the door really fast. Do it after the veto. Or do it after the next HOH. All right. Drop into the comments, like and subscribe. See you later.